Good morning, guys. Today I'm gonna ask a few questions and maybe think a new thought about something which has happened recently in India. If you guys remember, about 3 years before, a new telecom company came into India and made some wonderful changes called supposedly the new internet revolution in India. Till then, till about 2015, GB of data, which is about 1024 MB of data, had cost around 250 rupees and it could be used for a month. Now, this company came in, started offering 28 GB, which is 28 times of whatever we were consuming in a month, and offered it at a price 50 rupee lesser or 20 percentage lesser than the original cost of 250 rupees. Now, this was huge. People who were not able to afford the internet because they had to pay 250 rupee per month, everyone got onto the bandwagon. Everyone started using the internet. So it looks like a price cut of somewhere around 40 times. The price came down to like 1 in 40, which is huge. I mean, no one would have ever anticipated that business dynamics or the economics could work out for such a company. However, the things have gone good. The company has made good profits. Things are really looking good for the industry. Things are really looking actually bad for the industry. Things are looking good for people. They're able to use the internet a lot, not just bother about the prices at all, just to throw away 200 rupees for a humongous 28 GB a month. And you add just about 50 rupee on top of it, 100 rupee on top of it, you start getting double, triple, and more than that. Now, the internet consumption in terms of terabytes or petabytes, this has also started going up. It has gone up by about 300% in the last 5 years and is poised to grow another 400% by about 2022. Very good. The internet gives knowledge, people are gaining knowledge. Of course, there is obviously some bad parts of it. But yes, it is a huge exposure to the world for the multi-million citizens of India. Now, the only question which I had, which had been a thought for me since the last, let's say, 2 3 months, or 3 to 4 months. Now, the data usage has gone up by about 300 times, 400 times, and so on, so much of percentages. Now, data spent is by looking at a laptop or a phone, and this involves time, right? Obviously, only if you have time, so it'd be like looking at internet and spending time over it. Now, where did this time come from? Or rather, let me rephrase it. This time which people are spending now on data, let's say a person was using about 1 GB of data earlier, or let's say about 20 minutes of internet earlier, and then his usage is going to be, as you said, 400%. So he is using another 80 minutes, a total of, let's say, 80 minutes. Now, the difference between these two, the 60 minutes extra, which I'm saying is just the average, okay? So there will be people who would have gone up usage by like 2 hours, 3 hours. Basically, if you just watch a movie, you need to watch for like 3 hours. So where did this time come from? Or rather, before the advent of so much of internet usage, what were people actually doing with this time? Now, we could obviously exclude the unprofessional or unhealthy reasons, like they were spending time like whiling away, or wasting time, or just sleeping. Okay, sleeping is actually good for health, but not unproductive time, we can exclude that. Maybe about 5% or 10% of the people were actually using this time as unproductive, or and were not using it. But the rest of the people, even if you discount the 20%, 30%, the rest of the 70%, I'm sure that this time would have been consumed earlier in productive things, like simple things like spending time with family, spending time with kids, meeting people in your own society, meeting people around you, talking to your neighbors, sharing a friendly chat with your neighbor while you're on your way back from office, having an evening walk with your neighbors, having a morning health walk with your neighbors in the park, and so on. It could also be very productive things like working on our extra in office, working, if you're having your own business, thinking about how to expand your business, and much more productive things. Simple things to enhance your knowledge, like reading, writing, blogging, watching movies along with family, etc. etc. Now, all this time which could have been used, I would say, productively or towards a better building of a good society, I'm assuming that is being spent on the internet now. The internet is obviously not a bad place, But is it the actual real good? My question is, why haven't people who study human beings, or people who study the evolution, the people who study behavioral patterns, behavioral sciences, anthropologists, all these people, why haven't they posed this question to anyone yet? Why isn't anyone thinking about, is the 400 percentage incremental time and data which is being spent on the internet, is it actually worth it? Is it valuable? I would like to hear your comments and views. Let's all think together. If it is good, well and good for us, well and good for the new generation. If it is not, what is the way forward? This is Harry signing off. I'll be back with more thoughts. Bye.